tomorrow evening, actually. Now, we're here at CRUFTS celebrating all that's wonderful about dogs, but also tackling the contentious issues. And today we're going to discuss dangerous dogs. What makes a dog become aggressive? Are some breeds pre-programmed to be vicious, or do they just get a bad press? And to discuss this, I'm joined by three experts. Next to me is wonderful Ralphie, who is a pat dog. He's a Staffordshire Terrier, but for 5 years he's been a pat dog, and Terrier Morel is his owner. We've got Ali Taylor from Battersea Dogs Home, and Sarah Heath, who's a veterinary behaviourist. Sarah, can I ask you first, why do certain dogs become aggressive?
It's the really $60 million question, because there's so many factors that contribute to aggressive behaviour. Any behaviour is driven by emotion, driven by how you're feeling, drives you to behave in a certain way. And there are lots of factors that make dogs feel maybe anxious or fearful, defensive. Yes, there is a genetic component, but that's not the end of the story. It's also about early rearing. A lot of research on what happens to puppies before they're 8 weeks of age sets how they're going to perceive the world they're in. And then later learning as well. So,
Ali, in terms of the dogs that you get coming through your doors at Battersea Dogs Home, is there a very high percentage of certain breeds, and do you find that you get a lot of dogs that have had problems with aggression?
Well, sadly, we get a particular type. 43% of our intake are Staffy or Staffy crosses. But it's not all bad news, because we're rehoming just as many, and what we're tending to find now is once you do actually get a Stafford, you'll come back for a second. So I think things are starting to change around for this particular breed.
Because Ralphie clearly is not an aggressive dog. He couldn't be a pat dog if he were.
No, he couldn't at all.
What's he like?
He's a wonderful pet to have at home. I've got an older bitch at home, got cats, got grandchildren. He's an absolutely wonderful family pet.
How do you find that people react to him?
They back off, cross the road, move to the side as we walk by. It's the perception of what they are. They don't really know. It's ignorance, probably.
And that sort of behaviour, presumably, Sarah, can encourage a dog to not know where it stands. If people are immediately backing off.
Yeah, the response of people around the dog can make the dog anxious and worried, and what's the matter, and why are people reacting to me in that way when they're not doing anything? And I think he's a beautiful example of why we need to be moving towards deed, not breed legislation, because we should be looking at why this is happening and not labelling certain individuals as being a problem by the way they look or by their breed type. We should be looking at the actual causes.
And actually, to illustrate the individuality of dogs, that they are all different, Jackie Prosser has emailed to say, I've owned a Staffordshire Bull Terrier for 5 years, from when he was just 6 months old, always been very laid back, had a fantastic temperament, but then got another Bull Terrier in September, and there have been a few incidents where my original dog has displayed aggression towards the new dog and also to other dogs. This has really shocked me. It never happened before, and that a change in situation can really affect their behaviour.
Yeah, of course it can. And I mean, sometimes, it may not work out, sometimes it will work out, but, we have lots of different dogs come in to us for completely different reasons. What we're tending to find at the moment are people that are just giving them up on a whim. They're just going out and buying dogs without actually thinking about it. So we're really sort of like urging people to do their research first before they even think about getting a dog.
Absolutely. We've run out of time for now, but thank you so much, and thanks for bringing in Ralphie as well. If you'd like more details and you'd like to investigate further, there are some very good websites around with up-to-date research and information. So go to the Channel 4 website, and it will then take you through to the various places that you need to see. Now,